Well, the main thing was working with Mike. I'm a big fan of his work. I've seen his movie, love his style. So when I heard that he was doing a movie and the casting director called me, I jumped on this and I was very excited. And the story, I think it's a powerful story that needs to be told from his perspective. So.
Now, this is a movie about immigrants. I mean, it's very powerful message for the Hispanic community itself. Could you elaborate and relate to that type of thing?
I'm an immigrant myself. I'm from Mexico, and I came here, and it was hard. It was hard. So I can relate in so many levels. And shooting this movie in the desert brought so many memories for me. Bring me back when I did it myself. And I think it's one of the issues that needs to be talked about because we need to. I think it's a time for us to have a reform. I appreciate Mike doing this. I really believe that we are on the right track, and I really hope that more people see this movie to have a little understanding of what we go through, coming across, and that is not easy, and that we are here because we're in search of the American dream.
So what is the American dream? I mean, this movie kind of shows that there is no American dream.
Yeah, isn't that funny that how we always searching for that American dream? I think it's just the idea of it, But you see, for me, my dream was to act and to be a producer, to be a storyteller. So that was my American dream. But once you start achieving that, there's always like, okay, what can I do next? What can I do next? But for me, I think I'm at a point where, for me, I guess the American dream would be to inspire this new generation of immigrants, of Latinos, to tell them that there is an American dream, to give hope. Mm-hmm. That would be for me the American dream, to give hope to these people and to tell them that sí se puede.
Yes. Now, for you, so do you think you have finally achieved that American dream?
There's always, I can do better, but, I think it's not so much in America. For me, it's been more like goals. My goal was to be in a movie. My goal was to do this. One of my dreams was to have a production company and not just finally create a production company. We're producing a documentary right now. So yes, it does exist. It does exist, but it's up here. I think it's once you get to that place where you're happy, you're content. To me, I guess that would be the American dream. Doing what you love to do, being surrounded by people that are doing what you're doing, that like people like Mike, people like Atsi and Roberto, that they're passionate about. To me, that will be the American dream. Surrounding myself with positive people that are willing to do the extra mile for a story.
Do you think there should be more like Latino-themed movies out there? Because to some people, they don't think there's actually enough, especially since the Hispanic audience is the largest movie-going audience today.
It's so funny that you said that because we Latinos, we don't go and watch Latino movies. I think it's because we want to escape our reality. The last movie that I saw where Latinos were actually getting out of their houses with instructions not included, and the last movie that did that was Selena. So there's like a huge gap. I don't even know why we don't support movies. Yes, there's got to be a Latino movie, but it's really interesting that whenever and I hate to say that, I hate to use the word white. When a white person does a Latino movie, it brings a lot of attention. But when a Latino does a Latino movie, it just goes unnoticed. Same story with A Better Life. It was amazing, but I really believe it's because it was done by a white director. Otherwise, it would have not worked. So yeah, we need to tell more. There's a lot of Latino stories that need to be told, and they don't have to be about immigration. It can just be about characters that happen to be Latinos, without all the issues that we see on TV,
And what do you think about in this movie where you yourself play sort of like a human trafficker, and also that you also speak Spanish the whole time?
Yes. It's funny because when I read the role, one of the things that I wanted to do was go a little deep in because there's not a lot for him to do, because the story is more about these two guys, and he's just the guy. He's the same thing, searching for the American dream, stuck in Lake Los Angeles, stuck in the American dream, always wanting something more, but there's not enough, And speaking Spanish, obviously, is my first language. So when they say in Spanish, I was like, great, I can do that. So that was a plus. That was a plus.
And terrific. Just to wrap it up, besides your documentary and your production company, congratulations, by
Thank
the
you.
way. Is there anything else that you are planning up in the works, or perhaps more
Yes,
acting?
I'm actually writing and producing a movie that deals with slavery from the Mexican perspective. I don't know if you know this, but when a lot of slaves were escaping the country, a lot of them escaped to Mexico. And a lot of Mexicans risked their lives helping these slaves. It's a story that's never been told. So that's one of the things that I'm focusing on. We produced a 15-minute short on this subject, and we just got accepted at the Las Vegas Film Festival. So we are working on writing the feature version of this. This is one of the stories that I want to tell, not just from the historic perspective, but it's something that we need to talk more. There's a lot of friction between us and African Americans, but little do we know that we go way back when we help each other. So that's one of the reasons why I want to tell this.
That's awesome. And just out of curiosity, what's it going to be called?
Right now it's called Agua Libre.
I want Libre?
Sí, Agua Libre. Because in the short, there's a whole theme of agua. Like these slaves are escaping and they say agua, hawa, so, and the libre means freedom in Spanish. So there's like a whole meaning behind it, but right now it's called Agua Libre because of they're all thirsty for something. These guys are thirsty for freedom. And so that's what we're focusing on right now.
Okay, terrific. Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you for the interview and congratulations.
Thank you.